to embark upon and intensify our efforts towards United Nations mandated referendums and plebiscites. That's the next step. So you young people, you must now go out and tell our people we have arrived at a point when we will ask the United Nations to come and help us run referendum. Do we want to be continue to be part of Nigeria, or do we want to be independent of Nigeria? The governors of our states in the Alliance territory are hereby advised to, in the interim, work as their state assembly, work with their state assembly to make necessary legislative and regulatory arrangements for the effective control and security of their respective territories as a part of their transitional process to the new order which has been commenced today.
We support our father to take our land. There's no going back of that people. We want our nation.
It's calling out the name, you can't just get inside like that. What is taking place basically, handing over a letter of, partition of the Yoruba people out of Nigeria.
Awesome subscribers, you're welcome again. This is BVI Channel 1 and we are on Matters Arising. We're very sorry we are beginning this program an hour later because of some very fundamental issues we needed to tackle that, and in order to bring you this program. We appreciate you for joining on this program tonight, and today is really packed full as we continue in the discussion about Nigeria's existence, following the call by the Northern Elders who had for a breakup of Nigeria, or to reverse Nigeria to regional government so that each region will stand on their own. Now, this one is not all from just a recent video, but we'll have to take you back, talking about Yoruba elders making the same demands from time immemorial. About 3, 4, 5 years ago, the leader of this movement, a Yoruba elder, Professor Banji Akintoye, who made a call for a referendum in Nigeria and tasked the governors on setting up institutions that will, galvanize Yoruba nation after the referendum. And I can tell you, since afterwards, a whole lot has happened, even from their political cycles. All of that is what we're going to discuss today, and we will now answer the question, who actually is forcefully holding Nigeria together the way it is, despite the fact that it is not working and can never work. This is what we're going to be discussing tonight, and when we bring you the highlights of all these videos, then we'll open up the lines for you to make your own contribution. And you'll say on this, as a Nigerian, as a representative of any ethnic nationality, any indigenous nationality you represent in Nigeria, who are ultimately the victims of the failed system you call Nigeria. So let us hit on the very first one, coming from Banji. Then you will hear he was there seated with Sunday Igboho, and after that, just recently, when Sunday Igboho did a follow-up to go to 10 Downing Street to present officially their demand to the British government. Now let's take a look at that, and when I come back, we'll proceed.
To embark upon and intensify our efforts towards United Nations mandated referendums and plebiscites. That's the next step. So you young people, you must now go out and tell our people we have at a point when we will ask the United Nations to come and help us run referendums so that our people can speak about their future. Do we want to be continue to be part of Nigeria, or do we want to be independent of Nigeria? That has to be done. Yeah. Third, In the face of the demise of the 1999 Constitution, which has been if you have been the impediment to the control of our territories and resources, particularly the 68 item exclusive federal list, the governors of our states in the alliance territory are hereby advised to, in the interim, work as their state assembly, work with their state assemblies to make necessary legislative and regulatory arrangements for the effective control and security of their respective territories as a part of their transitional process to the new order which has been commenced today. As a part of the overall management of transition process, we call on our people to cooperate with our state governors for now for the maintenance of law, order, peace, and good governance in our various states. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you all.
Rise up and clap for leader. Please rise up. So we are with him, all our people in home and abroad. We support our father to take our land. There's no going back for that thing. We want a nation.
You can't just get inside like that. They're all Nigerian citizens, by the way, because they're handing over their Nigerian passport as well, because they're checking their passport. The officer's checking their passport at the minute. Yeah. They've got to check their passport. Nigerian citizen.
God bless you, Yoruba nation. God bless Yoruba nation. God bless Yoruba nation.
What is taking place basically are handing over a letter of, partition of the Yoruba people out of Nigeria. They basically, they wanted separation. They wanted to break away from Nigeria and handing over a letter to the Prime Minister of England. It means basically, what it means, the Yoruba nation, they would break away from Nigeria, whether through war or peace.
We are three. When British join us, we are three: Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. Yoruba ready to go, Igbo ready to go. Wow.
Good. Now, to further substantiate this, the Yoruba leader, the elder, Professor Banji, on one of his appearances in Arise Television recently, re-emphasized the legality and the legitimacy of the agitation for right to self-determination by indigenous people of the Oduduwas, as the case might be, and other ethnic nationalities or indigenous people in Nigeria to claim or exercise such right to self-determination, then followed by the Oduduwa people who are with him, so he is not speaking for himself across the world. Let's take a look at that video very shortly, and when we now come back, yes, so by the time we come back, we will now be able to tidy it up on these matters arising. I'll be right back. Don't go away.
We are not doing anything unlawful.
Yes, sir.
And we have no reason to want to stop it. It's good to make hay while
That's
the sun shines.
the Nigerian constitution does not allow anybody to say they want to break away from any part of Nigeria. So I don't know. I mean, you are the teacher of history.
The law
has made the city to become a beehive of activities.
The laws
Airport
of Nigeria
is now selling like a hot cake.
individual Nigerians or groups of Nigerians to advocate for self-determination for their people.
Are availing you to be a landlord.
Do you have any expectation that President Tinubu will sit down and negotiate for the Yorubas to leave Nigeria when he is himself a Yoruba man?
That is business of the president.
And a stone throw from Stella
He
Maris
will
College
do what
as
he
we talk,
thinks is
street by
good
street
for the
demarcation
country. We
is
will
already
do
going
what
on
we
in the estate.
think is good
Remember
for our
that
nation
land
from
never
Nigeria.
depreciates. It always appreciates.
And
So even if
nobody
you
is
don't want to develop, you
disputing the
can
fact that
sell your
we Yoruba are being
land and
destroyed
make
in
lots of
Nigeria.
profit.
With only 10 million naira,
Last night.
you can buy
Only
up to
this
3
last night.
plots.
To acquire
Crowds
our
of
land,
young people
all you
called
need
me
to do
from
is pay
somewhere in
10,000
Oyo
naira
State
registration
that
and you
Fulani
shall be
people had
directed to see
invaded
the
their
land. If
village
you like
and
it, you can pay
had scattered the whole place.
irrevocable
We cannot
property,
continue to
which
live
implies
like
that even
that.
the company cannot
If
revoke
anybody
ownership
thinks
of the
that
land,
a
will
people
be
like the
given to
Yoruba
you.
people
We
will
can also
continue to
help you
live like
register
that,
the
you are
land and
deceiving
develop it at a
yourself.
moderate price.
You may
We act as
pander to
surveillance.
the
In case someone is helping you, we can
constitution.
always
You may
give you feedback on progress of
pander
work.
to
Contact
the
Committed
authorities of the
New
land.
Heaven Real Estate Company Limited.
But you
today
cannot,
to acquire
you
your own
cannot
land
twist
at
the
Airport
truth
City
out of
Estate in
existence.
Owerri. We are at number 20
That's
in
the thing.
Sinira,
You
near
cannot
Bomi
say you
Roundabout
do
by
not
Samuel
know that the
Junction,
Yoruba
Upper
people
Road,
are under
Onitsha. For
pressure
enquiries, call
in
us on
Nigeria.
phone
You cannot say that Yoruba people are not being killed in Nigeria. You cannot say that a group of young men did an estimation of how many Yoruba people have been killed. They think it's up to about 29,000.
07038.
We are back upon and intensify our efforts towards United Nations mandated referendums and plebiscites. That's the next step. So you young people, you must now go out and tell our people we have arrived at a point when we will ask the United Nations to come and help us run referendum. Do we want to be continue to be part of Nigeria, or do we want to be independent of Nigeria? The governors of our states in the Alliance territory are hereby advised to, in the interim, work as their state assembly, work with their state assembly to make necessary legislative and regulatory arrangements for the effective control and security of their respective territories as a part of their transitional process to the new order which has been commenced today.
We support our father to take our land. There's no going back for that people.
All right, that is it. I believe you have gotten a glimpse of what our discussion tonight will be. And the lines are now open. You can call in anytime you call. Within the next hour, we'll be able to take your calls. Before now, a lot of people have been calling to add the opinion with respect to this. The numbers remain +234 810 4545 533. When you call, we take your calls. All right. +234 810 4545 533 for you to make your submission with respect to the agitation to redefine Nigeria by Nigerians, by the indigenous Nigerians. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. We are live on Matters Arising. This is BVI Channel 1. Your name and where you're calling from. You've been calling.
Yes. My name is Isaac. Hello?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Isaac Iberu. I'm the National Committee for Peace Leader in order to reduce community of Nigeria. I tried to believe on what our great leader, the man, is talking.
of every headline was we in Nigeria have every clamoring for peace. I can remember it was this to make allowance that way to prove it. To go to prove it. When they are not what they are saying for, they are not saying no, we do that in Chicago. If you give a land of what would be the confederation, the confederation, to be the best route of Afghanistan as it was in Egypt, not election. So, people are leaders. Hello? So, our leaders are people track about it. So, that is our camp. We bring the one again, which is the one. So, let individuals be supported and pay taxes to the inspector. And let them have their own government. As a regional position, you can have a regional body. Let me have police, let me have so why have we said that we have national to oversee us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your submission. You're speaking from which indigenous identity? Okay, thank you very much for speaking. All right. That is it. He's calling from Niger Delta, and he's telling you his whole perspective with respect to this. You can call into your opinion regards to what we're talking about, the redefinition of Nigeria. The Nigerians are now speaking. The owners of the land are now speaking. The indigenous people in Nigeria trapped within the British colonial contraption they created in 1914. That is the reality, and it was designed to fail. In fact, it was designed to expire, and actually it expired in 2014. After 100 years between 1914 to 2014, that is when it expired. The Treaty of Amalgamating or Manufacturing of Nigeria by the British. And something that is cyber effective to be functional. Not just it was already there before its expiration. And now, who has now hijacked this Nigeria of a space, this British experiment? And even the British, they did their best to sustain Nigeria for their own interest by establishing and understanding the lines which they fused together to form the entity they call Nigeria: the East, the West, and the North. And that was why Nigeria began from the independence as three regional government, independent regional government. Each of them having their embassies across the world. Each of them having their own governance, having their own parliaments. Just as it were, and it still is in the United Kingdom. We have different nations coming together to form United Kingdom. These are five different nations. You have England, the English people. You have the Ireland, the Northern Ireland. You have the Wales. You have the Scotland. All of them came together to form what we call United Kingdom. So the simple minimum, from what the caller said, is that the simple minimum they are calling for is confederation. Confederation will energize the people to manage their affairs. To the Delta people, they want resource control. To other people, they want different things. They want to stand out. They want to be able to govern themselves. And perhaps contribute to the confederating center. And that's the only time that you truly have the true federal system. Okay, so now looking at what we have just seen from the Yorubas, you can understand and agree with me that Yorubas, which is the West, Yorubas, which is from the West, actually have gone far in establishing their stance with respect to this agitation, and they are putting institution. One of them is still revisit that very soon. Let us quickly go back to some of video for the benefit of those who are joining the program, so that they understand where we're coming from. I'll be back. Yeah, that is it, coming from the Oduduwas, and which we also reaffirm the position of the Oduduwa agitators led by Professor Banji Akintoye. Now, like you said earlier, I'm just refreshing it for those who just joined us, and because of horrible network that is throwing people back and forth on the program today. So he had a deliberation on Arise Television where he highlighted his stance and emphasizing that right to self-determination is constitutional, it's not illegal, it is a legitimate call and agitation, and also called on the people to not to give up, and which we saw them protest or demonstrate on the street of London, where the government that created Nigeria has its strong. All right, let us quickly recap on that. Then when we come back, we'll open up the lines again. We understand that the network is really giving some people some hard time, but nevertheless, we will continue on this program and getting your voice heard. All right, let's get to that. I'll be right back. Don't go away. All right, let's continue with that video where they were protesting on the street.
It's good to make hay while the sun shines. That's why, my dear friend, we're telling you about the Airport City Estate Umueri. The new Anambra International Cargo and Passenger Airport in Umueri is now functional, and that has made the city to become a beehive of activities.
Tell you people today that we are not part of Nigeria anymore. Yoruba nation to exist for Nigeria. We need our autonomy. We need our self-determination. And we want to understand that self-determination is a fundamental right. Self-determination is a fundamental right. As the United Nations, we have right of our self-determination. And that's what we're fighting for today. In America, I led the rally there, and in Britain, today we are here also. We want our freedom. We want our freedom. Yoruba nation.
That is it, and I believe by now every one of you who are watching must have gotten a glimpse of what we're talking about. So the lines are open already for you to make your submission on this program. The numbers to call remain +234 8104 545 533. We are discussing the Nigeria today, as it all started from yesterday when it went on the news. The Northern Elders, asking for a breakup of Nigeria into regional government. That is the irreducible minimum, and the same thing had been on the pipeline. The Yoruba people, the Yoruba nation, are also asking the same. The one of Ghana had been there since 1999. Now the question had been, now who is holding Nigerian people bound by force in a inworkable system of federal government? A system that has failed completely. That the only beneficiaries of this impunity is class. They are the only ones that are not. Oh, okay. Okay, Andy, let us take this caller. Let us quickly take this call. Then we'll Yeah, good evening to you. We are live on Matters Arising. What's your contribution to the program? Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Nkiru. I'm calling you right now from Mbo.
Okay, you go ahead.
I am in full support of this elders, Yoruba elders, calling for referendum. What is about life? If you don't settle the main issue, the problem will continue legally and it will be taking life. Like I said, as a Yoruba people, other region, they understand the game is very counter. You see, most of the people, nobody arrested them. But they're doing it in the right way, in the right manner, though. When justice is there. But anything from our region, they regard us as a minority. But calling for referendum will solve this most of the problem because this amalgamation is a 4-and-4 Now, you cannot bring two people together. When two people agree together, they will be one. Since they don't agree together, there will be no peace. So when they are called for this referendum, ultimately we decide which way they want. Not their constitution. From then, everybody will bring their own ideas and ideology how to bring up new constitution. So running for referendum is the right thing to do because when you see hunger is everywhere, hunger is no friend to everybody. So I support the referendum. Is the best option so that if we agree together, we stay together. If we don't agree, then everybody has to go their own separate way, or they will agree on this federalism. Because what we are practicing here, our constitution is very, very first pointing. Constitution is written by one man. So it is better they call for referendum, we call to come a red table. But our Southeast governors and politicians, they have to relate to Yoruba people. They have to relate them. They have to stand up as our representatives so that we have to get a good result. And we have to, Nigeria have to carry us along. We have mentioned prayer.
Thank you very much for your submission. All right, that is it from the sister that called you from Paul. NWC, go ahead with your submission with what you're saying from the point of where you get mention of institutions, setting up institutions, giving directive from the Elder Banji. That video happened, or that directive happened some years ago, and we've seen some development with respect to that, and why and how it's important. And the governors of the West, the Yorubas, are already doing exactly as this elder said. How can you point it out, especially to the African people? Yeah, what you said so far, you have a better understanding with this agitation process across. Aftermath of the last. Yes, I'm here. NDBC, hang on. Let's bring in Mbadike, who's joining me.
We're trying to look at the broadcast.
Oh, people can hear me. Someone has already made mention of that.
But if you look at the comment section,
Really? Okay, let's fix it from the technical key, but from here is showing that the audio is running. Well, yes, from the audio line. Okay, there we see. I think we're having some network. All right, so thank you very much, Madam Mbadike, for making that observation. Thank you. All right, well, we'll try to address that in the video, and we'll come right back again to you because we've seen some cracking in terms of the system. But let us that's why we hold on with the intro of the discussion we're having today. So you stick around while we fix that and continue the program today. I'll be right back.